Oh, happy Wednesday. Hello, good morning. It's Wednesday. I may have mentioned on Monday, I'm going to start coming in here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just to hang out with y'all in the morning. I hope this finds you doing well. Have you ever sent an email to someone and said, I hope this finds you doing well? And ever wondered if they were actually doing well? I mean, I hope that people are obviously doing well, but when I say I hope this finds you doing well, I actually mean I hope this finds you doing well. Good morning. Oh, geez. I went to the mccafe this morning. I don't know if you will resonate with this, but when your routine gets thrown off in even the slightest amount, is there any chance that the entire wheels having come off just gives you permission to let the rest of the wheels come on off? Well, this morning, one of the things, it's such a weird thing, the life that I live where I am on camera all the time, I have many at-home doctors giving me tips on things that maybe I ought to get checked out. And the single thing that this community, God bless you, there's like a little bump when I start to yell talk, hello, is my thyroid. And so you know what? I decided, fine, internet, I will take care of your concern, even though I've been to a doctor 2 times who has told me that this is a little piece of cartilage or a vein or a something, whatever. I went to get an ultrasound this morning. I don't know why I got an ultrasound at 7:45 in the morning, but I decided to, and so I went and got my ultrasound at 7:45 in the morning. I just 2 days ago got the results back from my annual physical. Fit as a knox. I mean, I am as fit as I have ever been in my entire life. Thank you very much. And so my morning routine, having been thrown off by deciding to go and get a quick ultrasound of this, whatever this is, had me deciding to go through the drive-thru at the old mccafe. Did I just get a coffee? I didn't just get a coffee. I also decided to get an egg McMuffin with a hash brown. I am doing a lot of cardio right now, and I deserve a break today at McDonald's. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'll get back on my routine tomorrow. I'm not worried about it. I am wondering, did anyone see Jeff Bezos get off of a spaceship yesterday? What is even happening? I'm a big fan of space. Like, I like the idea of space travel or like NASA as a thing that inspires us to believe that we can do like bigger, better things. But I'm not sure how I feel about billionaires buying their way into spaceships and going up and down for, 11 minutes worth of time. It was a little it felt a little obnoxious. I don't know. I mean, if you saw like this man, he's a billionaire. He stepped out of a spaceship with a cowboy hat on. He saw fit to wear a cowboy hat, like he was an actual space cowboy. And I thought, well, what are you trying to make us believe here, Jeff Bezos, that you're cool? That, here's the thing. I don't want to rain on anyone's parade. If you worked hard and you've made a bunch of money, you can spend your money on literally anything that you want. But in a world where it was meant originally, I think space travel generally was meant to be this thing that was going to inspire us to believe that we could do anything. You can do anything as long as you have $100 billion. Give me a break. I don't know. I thought it was kind of obnoxious. And there was this weird thing. I don't know if you saw this press conference, but just note to self, if ever you find yourself someone who has created massive wealth, created a huge company, an ecosystem, it orbits around the sun itself, this Amazon of his own. The idea that he would, in the press conference, thank the customers of Amazon, and the employees. Could you imagine Someone just said, Maggie said, the audacity, right? The audacity to thank the people who buy his products, but even more so, the people who he underpays and treats like garbage for having financed the trip to space. What a way, like, he could have spent that money on any kind of humanitarian effort at all, and it would have been a wildly, wildly better use of cash. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, the only space cowboy to me is Steve Miller, who, by the way, Steve Miller Band, first concert I ever went to. First concert I ever went to, which is random because I wasn't necessarily a Steve Miller fan, but I was also a very nerdy human being that when I got an invite to go, frankly, anywhere when I was like 16 or 17 years old, I was like, you want me to join? Oh, okay. I will happily join. Thank you very much. And I found myself in a van with a handful of friends from high school, and we went to an outdoor amphitheater where Steve Miller Band was playing, like just an unbelievable, fantastic thing. And I may have sat next to a group of humans that were drinking 40-ounce beers. I'm not saying that I would partake. I did. I know, like people are still stuck on the Bezos things. Can you imagine, like, his wife, right? They just got divorced. His wife has already given away billions and billions of dollars. And I'm sure that he has some kind of charitable giving foundation or fund or whatever, but it's just like mind-boggling that, like, the thing that you would do is spend your money on an 11-minute space trip. The weird thing is, and I don't know if this is like a brand thing, but Richard Branson, did you see Richard Branson? Richard Branson went and had an experience inside of his Virgin spacecraft, and that bizarrely felt more inspirational. He had like some really inspirational things to say about dreaming and belief and whatever. And in a weird way, I actually thought that Jeff Bezos, in having done what he did immediately following Richard Branson, it took a little bit of the shine off of what Richard Branson just, like in my mind, had accomplished. I was like awestruck by Richard Branson, disgusted by Jeff Bezos, and now in the aftermath of Jeff Bezos, feel a little bit like maybe I shouldn't have been as awestruck by the Branson. I don't know, but wild stuff. What else is going on? Did anyone watch the NBA Finals last night? You know, I'm a bandwagon fan, and I happen to be in a relationship with a human being who lives in Phoenix, where I spend a decent amount of my time. So, of course, I became a Phoenix Suns fan. I was very fortunate. We were gifted some tickets to go and have an experience in Game 2 there in the old Phoenix Auditorium, whatever it's called. It was amazing, electric. I was rooting for those Suns last night, and here's the thing. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are the biggest Suns fan in the world. You cannot not acknowledge the greatness that was the performance from the Bucks. It's just like, I was talking to Heidi last night. She's off at a retreat, and I was giving her updates. She's like in the middle of literally nowhere, where the only way that we can connect is through FaceTime audio. Like, you have bad reception when FaceTime audio is the only thing you can use to actually have a conversation with the person that you like. And I was like texting her score updates. And there was a point in the third quarter, I was like, yo, this is looking pretty good. What a game. You're missing it. I wish you were here to watch it. By the end of the fourth quarter, Giannis, if you're not a basketball fan, there's this player named Giannis. I won't even try and say his last name because I would butcher it, who is just one of the greatest players playing basketball today. And one of the things that's amazing, he had like a 50-point game, one of the best performances in an NBA Finals, let alone a Finals finishing game. But one of the things that's amazing about this dude, one, he and his brothers grew up in a very poor part of Greece, had to do a lot of small job work inside of like near poverty until a basketball coach or scout was able to find the team that might end up bringing them into the like NBA. And now there are 3 brothers out of 4 or 5. I think there's 5 brothers. 3 of the brothers have not only made it to the NBA, but 3 of the brothers have become NBA champions. It is unbelievable. But maybe the more, I think, incredible thing about this guy's story is he is the most, he's like the most like, he seems very down to earth. He seems almost like childlike in the way that it's Giannis. Giannis. See, I don't even know how to pronounce his first name, but he's just like, he's this humble, decent, he's like, to all of the stars that exist inside of the NBA, and man, like if you like Kevin Durant or you like a Harden or whoever, like they operate in a completely different way when it comes to like being cool, acting cool, being whatever. And this guy is just like the most pure. I hope he stays this way forever. I mean, he's won 2 NBA MVP awards and now he's a champion. I hope it doesn't go to his head, but like in one of the games, he came out early in the quarter. And in the post-game interview, they asked him why he had to go out of the game. And he was like, what is the polite way to say? I had to tinkle. Like, what a precious cherub of a human being. He had to go out and he had to go to the bathroom. And anyway, I love that. I think he's fantastic. So congratulations to any of you who are Bucks fans. Congratulations certainly to Giannis, not Giannis. I don't know how to say anything, but I'm just like super, super excited for him and proud of like, man, that the team. Also, and you don't have to be a sports fan to appreciate this. The coach for the Suns is also one of these people to watch because one, he's just you can just tell he's a good dude. I appreciated in the post-game interviews, he was wearing a hat that said born again, which I just like, I dig that. Appreciate that he was just like, yo, I'm gonna wear my faith right on my hat. Go ahead and take a look at that. But then separately, he went to the opposing team's locker room. Like they're all wearing their like eye gear to keep their eyes safe from the shooting champagne, and gave them like a 60-second quick pep talk on how he was so appreciative of the effort that they gave, and that he knew he was now a better coach because of the way that they pushed their team, and their players were going to become better players because of the effort that team put forward. Like, what a class act. Like, if there is a way to live your life like Monty, the coach of the Suns, like he in defeat. And then in the post-game interview, like he was holding back tears the entire time. But like he had this humble, grounded humanity and decency that also said, yo, I am going to, in the hardest moment of my career, he knows like getting to the finals is such a hard thing to do. He may never get back for his whole career, right? He's coaching this guy in Chris Paul that has played his entire career, has never won a championship, may never win likely will not win a championship. And so he knows, forget it. Like, I am not going to actually like take for granted the reality that I might not be here again. And so he walked across and thanked the other team for their effort and congratulated them. That, man, that's the way to do it. Love that. Love that. Cheers, everybody. The McCafe's in effect. I got back from a cool speaking thing that I did on Monday night. I was speaking to a bunch of teachers. I mean, what a gift to be in a room. One, there were 2,000 people in the room. And the idea of like a live event being back, that was just like, holy cow, what an amazing thing. But to be able to like in person recognize how amazing teachers are was such a gift for me. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that many of you can relate, but going through 2020 and all the bobbing and weaving and zigging and zagging that took place for teachers trying to navigate like in person, then virtual, then hybrid, then all of it. To be able to thank them in person was amazing. But also this like energy that comes out of a group of people that were so wildly disrupted, and to be able to have this conversation, like my whole speech was like, yo, I have come through this crazy last year and a half of my life. I wouldn't necessarily have asked to have the conditions that I was inevitably having to face show up. But man, I'm the best version of myself. I am stronger and better and grateful for everything I've been through. And maybe there's a way for you to also be proud of and have some perspective for how far you've come and how much you've worked and how strong you've become and resilient you've become and versatile you've become. It was just like, anyway, it was amazing. It was the greatest thing. But it was in Orlando. So I'm standing in line, like, so I finished the speech. We went and did like a little meet and greet where I'm taking pictures with everybody. I mean, of like all the things. There was this gal who worked from the very, very beginnings of time. She worked first at Chic and then at the Hollis company named Dominique. I love Dominique so much. And she was like a creative director for us when Ray and I were working together. And she subsequently moved on to do some freelance work, and she's now freelance supporting the people, Wade and Hope, who put on this thing called Get Your Teach On. And as I walked into this event, I was like having a little deja vu because it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and of course it turns out that Dominique and her vision, her creativity is like just displayed everywhere in every single sign. It felt like I was walking back into one of our old events. And anyway, so I do the event. There's a little meet and greet, taking pictures, signing books. It's like I felt like I was the mayor of Get Your Teach On. I'm like always running for mayor. But at the end of it, I had not checked into my hotel room yet. So I walk up to the front desk. There's this long line, and there happens to be these 3 teachers who are in line. They had to like find out how to use the Wi-Fi. Great. So we're having a conversation. They're like, "Oh, are you going to Disney while you're here?" And you know, having worked at Disney for as long as I did, Disney and I have a very interesting, complicated relationship when it comes to my interest in walking into and having a park experience. These 3 teachers had 5 consecutive days inside of 5 different parks in Orlando, which I'm going to be honest, like for many of you, you're like, "Oh my goodness, that sounds like the greatest thing ever." I was like, that is my nightmare. That is just a nightmare. I don't like Harry Potter or Star Wars. You can unfollow me immediately. I also don't want to go to a park for 5 days. I don't want to go, frankly, I don't want to go anywhere for 5 days for the most part. So they're like, "Are you going to go to the park?" And I was like, "Oh, as a matter of fact, Fort Hollis's birthday is next Wednesday. And guess what we're doing?" Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. Dave Hollis, brace yourself. We are heading to Disneyland. So next week, this is going to be such a fun adventure. Heidi and her 4 kids, me and my 4 kids, we are descending on an Airbnb that we got about a mile away from my parents' house. And we are on Wednesday of next week heading out to Disneyland. And I got to be honest, like I don't know. I don't know what to do. Because I haven't had an experience outside of working inside of the company for so long that I think I need some advice on like how you even navigate this thing, because with eight people, with 8 kids, yeah, someone just said cha-ching. No kidding. I mean, I definitely was the beneficiary of some privilege for having that 17-year window where they gave me a pass. I could walk it right in. There's no walking in anymore. When we bought those tickets, I was like, "Oh, this is how they're able to pay everybody there." Fantastic. So, yeah, someone said divide and conquer. No, we've already decided. Older kids, they're going to go take care of themselves. Younger kids, they're going to hang out with us. So I'm hoping that between Marley and Maddox, Jackson and Sawyer, they will have a blast because of autonomy. Here's some money. Here's a phone that you can keep in touch with us on. Good luck. And then for Ruby and Cash and Ford and Noah, we're going to go on all the fun stuff as kids. But it'll be fun to watch. We'll document that. I had a grandpa named Grandpa Bob. My Nana was the raddest, most energetic, most excited, most into it, let's go to the park all day person. And my Grandpa Bob was the grandpa who would sit on the bench and watch. I'm the Grandpa Bob in my family. I am the Grandpa Bob in my family. I got to shake out of this so that I can go and have a good time with my kids. Someone said, see it through the eyes of your kids. I know, and I will. I got to get my mind right. I got to get my mind right. What else is going on? I am recording in this very spot. I mean, not this spot, but I have this set up in my office where, the light's on, but you can see like there's a little camera, and I am going to be recording some videos telling all of you about all the incentives that you get for buying, pre-ordering my book. I don't know if you saw, but on Monday I put up a post telling y'all about all the things that you get if you pre-order the book. And so part of me in this office today is going to be telling people about the Finding Your Why course that you get, and the Resiliency e-course that you get, and the coaching that you're going to get, all for free if you end up pre-ordering the book. There's just a whole bunch of really, really fun stuff that we are going to be doing. If you did not hear, on August 2nd, we're going to start the first week of what will be, it's either 12 weeks or 13 weeks, but 12 or 13 weeks worth of a challenge, like a 90 days to release. Each week a different theme, and each week, Mondays and Wednesdays, I'll do a little yell talking here in the morning, and then each Monday night, I'm gonna guess around 7:30 p.m. Central Time. If you've pre-ordered the book, you'll have access to this private Facebook page that will have all of the goodies inside of, including a weekly coaching that I'll do on that week's topic. And we'll have an opportunity to also have your questions delivered ahead of time, and I can answer your questions directly, and we'll make it super, hopefully, interactive and fun. There'll be hopefully a lot of interaction between you as a community inside of that page. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Oh, someone just said they are loving the first chapter of the book. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that. What's crazy, so when you pre-order the book, you get, this e-course for resiliency, and you get this e-course for finding your why, and you get access to all these things. But one of the things you also get is an ability to read the first little section of the book. It's not the beginning of the book. There's a long intro, but it's like one of the first sections. One of the crazy things that I did not realize is when I set up the, it's a software called Kajabi, right? Kajabi hosts the courses and hosts the place where you can read the book. And I didn't realize that my private email was set up as the place where comments would be sent to. I have been loving y'all's comments. Thank you very much. So if you are inside of one of the courses, or you're reading the book and you end up responding inside of that platform, it's coming to the big guy. So thank you so much for your words that are making me feel affirmed as having done something decent here. I'm excited for it. Someone just asked, where will people be staying at the men's retreat? There's a men's retreat. Did y'all hear that I am working on a little pilot of a men's retreat with my buddy Wade King? I'm super excited about that. People are asking, does it include if you buy it on Audible? Yes. If you buy Built Through Courage anywhere, doesn't matter where you buy it, it counts. It doesn't matter when you bought it, it counts. I mean, obviously, I'd be interested in you buying it sooner than later so you can get access to everything forever and ever and ever. But if you go to mrdavehollis.com/book, you drop in your pre-order information, you drop in your email, and we will send you notifications of when cool stuff has been released, when coaching is happening, when there are PDFs that'll go with things, all of it. So check that out. But the men's conference is something that Wade and I have been working on. Like, we've had this conversation for quite a bit of time. He is the co-founder of Get Your Teach On, the thing I went and spoke at. But we each, in the partnerships we've had with our partners and with the work that we've been doing, like, we tend to have a bigger female following, which is great, fantastic. But we also, as people who happen to be men and are interested in having resources available to us as men, didn't have as many things at our fingertips for community, for accountability, for helping get us to another level. And we thought, well, then we ought to just make it. So we're creating a 3-day, I want to say it's about 300 people. So it's not going to be that many people to start, just to see if we can't just get it right. We're going to have some speakers each day. We're going to have some curriculum, classroom type stuff each day. And it's going to feel like summer camp in some respects, because there's going to be, there's archery and there's a whole bunch of different stuff that we're going to do that's going to be exciting for anyone who's just looking to have some fun, looking to meet and get to know some people that are like-minded, and to find some community that might be interested in how you tap into your purpose and how you live. It's called congruent. But the idea in having named it that was like, how do you cast a vision for who you'd hope to be, and then have a conversation about what it would take to create integrity between that vision and the way you'd have to show up for your life every single day. So I'm excited for that. It actually, not that it was intended to be this way, but August 2nd, the day that we start our challenge, is the same day that those tickets will be released. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited for it. It's going to be, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're doing it at a place called Camp Lucy, which is like 10 minutes from my house, but it's this amazing, amazing location. They have about 100 beds, as it were, in different cabins on site. And then there's a bunch of hotels that are really, really close as well. So we're trying to find a way to make it effective and efficient and fun and all the rest. So stay tuned for that. All right, I'm going to film these videos. I'm taking my bike, my road bike, over to the bike shop today. It is my last chance to get a tune-up before I have to ship that baby off to Idaho. I am, as I have dangled into the universe, I am doing my first Olympic triathlon on the 31st day of July. That's 10 days from now, which is absolutely 100% exciting and also terrifying. So I'm excited about that. Stay tuned. I'm sure I will show you plenty of video of me trying to finish my training with swimming. The running I'm not necessarily worried about so much, and the biking I feel pretty good about. It's the swimming. Someone said, "Are you nervous about your triathlon?" Well, like anytime you do something new, I think you can, if you're not a little bit nervous, then why the heck are you even doing it? So like, I feel appropriately nervous. I've finished up my training the last few weeks with a wetsuit that has just a little bit of flotation in it. So as I have been doing training, I was doing a lot of strength training. I was working with a trainer that was getting my muscles built up, and then I was leaning out for the last handful of weeks. And I'll be honest, adding weight and muscle has been amazing. I'm so excited for it, but it's also fundamentally changed the ease with which I'm able to run long distance or swim. Like keeping my hulky body afloat was actually becoming a little bit of a harder thing. So 3 weeks ago, I got myself this great wetsuit, and I'm feeling better about it. Plus, this takes away from the lure of this entire thing, but I picked this as my first triathlon in part because the swim is in a river and I'm going downstream. So you know what? There's a little bit of a current. I'm not that worried about it, but it's gonna be my first time. I'm gonna go out and have some fun. All right. Hey, if you want to do myself a favor, and I'm hoping you will, go to mrdavehollis.com/book, pre-order that book, jump in on all the goodness that is in there from a pre-order incentive standpoint. I'll see you on Friday with John Acuff for the old John and Dave show, and then back on Monday when Heidi and I are going to do a morning show from California with 8 kids. Good Lord, help us. It's going to be fun. I hope everybody has a fantastic Wednesday. Talk to you later.